Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. RHONJ Ruelas addresses horrid female behavior. RHONJ house husband, Ruelas has addressed his horrid season 14 female behavior. He said atrocious things about Margaret Josephs and her family that were unforgivable. Fans were livid over how he spoke and could not believe that Teresa Giudice stood by and listened. So what does he have to say after the immense backlash? Keep reading for his official statement. RHONJ Ruelas addresses horrid female behavior. Teresa Giudice and Margaret Josephs have not gotten along for quite some time. In season 14 of RHONJ, Teresa purposely befriended former enemy Jackie Goldschneider in an attempt to take Margaret down. She then held a meeting with some of the cast, her husband, Ruelas, and her lawyer. It was supposed to be this bombshell revelation about Margaret, and it was nothing of the sort. All they confirmed was that Margaret had spoken to Louis' ex. Furthermore, they claimed the ex was using the RHONJ star to spread lies and such about Louis. During the finale, Dolores Catania and Jennifer Fessler arranged a last supper for the women to air their grievances. As Teresa was getting ready to go, Louis said this of Margaret. These words put viewers into a tailspin as they knew Louis was twisted and had a dark side. However, this was below the belt, especially since Margaret's son has never been on the show. He was called out so much that he must have seen and heard what people were saying because he posted this on his Instagram story. Essentially, Ruelas tried to explain why he was so angry, and in a roundabout way, justified his actions. However, he then noted what he said was wrong, and that bringing kids into it is never the answer. Since it was put in his story, those who do not follow him will not get to see it. More so, it vanishes after 24 hours. After Ruelas posted this, @Bravoholics shared it on their social media. So what did followers have to say about his apology, and did they think he was sincere? That wasn't an apology to Margaret, it's the devil trying to stay on the show. He's sorry it's on camera, he's not sorry he said it. Yeah, you said what you meant. You've helped ruin the show. That's not an apology, and he didn't apologize to Queen Marg either. Louis saw the backlash and decided he better make a statement. If you have a beef with Margaret, direct your comments to her, not her kids, who did not sign up for the show. Kids, no matter how old or who their parents are, should be off limits. Looks like this apology did not do what Louis hoped it would. Finally, it is going to take a lot more than some words on Instagram to make viewers like him even a little bit. Ruelas' behavior at the RHONJ season finale had fans talking, and not in a good way. The reunion episode was one of the most dramatic in the show's history, and much of that was due to Louis' actions and words. Now, Louis has decided to address the controversy head-on. In an exclusive sit-down interview with Bravo, Louis spoke candidly about the explosive events that transpired, offering his side of the story and shedding light on the circumstances that led to his now infamous behavior. First of all, I want to apologize to the fans, my castmates, and most importantly, to my family, Louis began, his voice heavy with emotion. I know my actions were out of line, and I regret the hurt and chaos they caused. The drama started brewing earlier in the season when tensions between Louis and Joe Gorga, Teresa Giudice's brother, began to escalate. What began as subtle digs and heated exchanges quickly turned into full-blown altercations, culminating in a confrontation that left viewers in shock. I think people forget that we're all human, and sometimes the pressure of the show can get to you, Louis explained. There's so much going on behind the scenes that the audience doesn't see. For months, there were misunderstandings, miscommunications, and a lot of unresolved issues. During the reunion, Louis' temper flared when Joe accused him of manipulating Teresa and driving a wedge between her and her brother. The accusation struck a nerve, and Louis responded with a tirade that included shouting, finger-pointing, and, at one point, flipping a table. When Joe said those things, it felt like a personal attack on my character and my relationship with Teresa, Louis said, his voice softening. I love Teresa, and I would never do anything to harm her relationship with her family. But in that moment, I felt cornered and reacted in a way I'm not proud of. Louis admitted that his reaction was fueled by frustration and pent-up emotions. There's a lot of history there, a lot of pain and unresolved issues that go way back. I realize now that I should have handled it differently. I should have taken a step back, taken a deep breath, and tried to resolve things calmly. In the aftermath of the reunion, Luis faced a barrage of criticism from fans and castmates alike. Social media was ablaze with comments condemning his behavior, with many calling for him to be removed from the show. "It's been really tough," Luis admitted. "Reading those comments, seeing the backlash, it's been hard to process. But it's also been a wake-up call. I know I need to work on my temper and find healthier ways to deal with conflict." Luis also revealed that he has started therapy to address his anger issues and improve his communication skills. "I want to be a better person, a better partner to Teresa, and a better castmate. I owe it to myself and to everyone involved." Despite the negative fallout, Luis expressed hope that the experience could lead to growth and healing. "Sometimes you need to hit rock bottom to realize how much you need to change. I hope that by addressing my behavior and working on myself, I can rebuild the trust and respect of the people I've hurt." Teresa Giudice, who has stood by Luis throughout the ordeal, also joined the interview to share her perspective. "I know Luis made mistakes, but I also know his heart," she said, holding his hand. "He's a good man who got caught up in the heat of the moment. We're both committed to moving forward and learning from this." When asked about the future, Luis remained optimistic. "I want to make amends with Joe and the rest of the cast. I know it won't be easy, but I'm willing to put in the work. At the end of the day, we're all part of the same RHONJ family, and I believe we can get through this." As the interview concluded, Luis reiterated his apology and commitment to change. "I can't undo what happened, but I can take responsibility and do better moving forward. I hope that in time, people will see that I'm sincere and that I'm dedicated to being the best version of myself." The interview left fans with mixed feelings. Some were skeptical of Luis' intentions, questioning whether his apology was genuine or a calculated move to save face. Others were more forgiving, hopeful that Luis' journey towards self-improvement would lead to a more harmonious dynamic on the show. Only time will tell if Luis Ruelas can redeem himself in the eyes of RHONJ fans and castmates. But for now, his candid acknowledgement of his flaws and commitment to change is a step in the right direction. As the new season approaches, all eyes will be on Luis, watching to see if he can truly turn over a new leaf and bring a sense of peace to the often tumultuous world of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Luis Ruelas stood in the grand foyer of his opulent New Jersey mansion, his mind swirling with the chaos that had unfolded during the recent Real Housewives of New Jersey finale. The tension was palpable as he prepared to address the media and his fans, desperate to explain his actions and behavior that had left viewers and cast members in shock. The camera crews were already set up, lights glaring down on the pristine marble floors, reflecting the opulence that Luis and Teresa Giudice had become synonymous with. The house, usually filled with laughter and the vibrant energy of family, now felt cold and sterile. Luis took a deep breath, adjusting his crisp navy suit, his eyes betraying the turmoil within. "Thank you all for coming," he began, his voice steady but tinged with emotion. "I know there's a lot of confusion and anger about what happened during the finale, and I want to take this opportunity to address everything head-on." He paused, collecting his thoughts. The memories of that fateful night played out in his mind like a relentless reel of a horror movie. The arguments, the accusations, the tears. It had been a night unlike any other in the history of the show. Fans had been left aghast as Luis's temper flared, revealing a side of him that had been hidden beneath his charming exterior. "First and foremost, I want to apologize to my family, my friends, and the fans of RHONJ," Luis continued. "My behavior was unacceptable, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I said things I deeply regret."